Man, Cam got bands. We need your review, bro. We need your thoughts and feelings because I ain't gonna lie. Something crazy is brewing right now in Dallas. We hearing talks of your boy, the big Micah Parsons, saying he want to trade. And as a Cowboys fan, I need to know like what's the thoughts, what's the feelings, what's going through your mind right now of the Cowboys' future because I ain't gonna lie to you. It ain't looking good right now.
I'm gonna be real with you. When I first seen that tweet from Micah, I panicked like every other Cowboys fan. I was like, man, there's no way Jerry Jones hit an all time low. You letting go a player who could potentially be the best defensive player of all time, right? But then I sat back and I had to come back to reality of who and what organization I'm dealing with. It's the Dallas Cowboys, bro. Every single thing has to be dramatic. Every single thing. Look at Dak's contract situation. Dak came off one of the best rookie seasons ever. He led us to the playoffs 3 years out of four, I believe, in his rookie contract. Jerry Jones franchise tags him. Dak says okay, and then Dak is a great guy. Dak says, all right, I'll play on a franchise tag. Breaks his leg. So now in my mind, in a reasonable mind, I'm like, oh, Dak's not gonna come back and play for the Cowboys after Jerry Jones didn't pay him and he broke his leg playing on a franchise tag. Jerry Jones pays him, makes him the highest paid quarterback of all time. So then we actually let's back up a year. Ezekiel Elliott, the best running back in football. Um, it was time for him to get a contract, and Jerry Jones had the man hold out. He didn't get his contract till like a week before the season started. Why would he wait so long to give Zeke his contract? Now let's fast forward like 4 years later. Just last year, top three receiver in the league, CD Lamb, coming off a 1,700-yard season. Probably one of the best seasons for a Cowboy in franchise history. He waits until a day before to sign him, a day before game day. So I say all that to say this is just a Jerry Jones tactic, bro, that he loves to do just to get people talking about the Cowboys. And then if you look at other instances around the league in the past few years, Myles Garrett requested a trade last year from the Browns. He didn't get traded, he got signed. Y'all forget Lamar Jackson requested a trade as well when they put him on that franchise tag. He got his money. So it's just all a part of the game. It's all a part of the game.
So you think based on this is scripted. You think Jerry Jones told Micah, man, Micah, just put this on for the blogs. We gonna put this on for the blogs to get them talking about us. You know, we gotta get them talking about us. We the Cowboys for the season, get some controversy going. Just sit back,
Uh,
relax.
Not necessarily scripted. I wouldn't like doubt it though. Like if that was the case, I wouldn't be surprised. But I just think Jerry Jones likes to play this game with his players, where it's like we need a story about the Cowboys during this offseason. We didn't make the playoffs last year. So we need them to talk about us in some fashion. Because they're saying the Commanders are better than us, which they're not. The Eagles are coming off their Super Bowl, so they think they're just going to dominate the NFC East again. I don't think they are. So like we not getting a lot of the spotlight right now. You know what I'm saying? So Jerry Joe's not paying the best defensive player in the league for whatever reason is going to get everybody talking. Which it is. It is.
It looks it looked crazy to me at first. I thought I got Centel at first. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Because when I looked at it, I said this can't be real. I was on a burner phone. I said I know I don't know I don't follow Centel, but his stuff always pop up. So I said this gotta be Centel. So I looked at it right. It said Bleacher Report. I said This ain't Centel. This got to be real. But you know nowadays, bro, and that's another thing we gonna talk about. We gonna get into that with these fake pages y'all making in 2025, bro. Getting geezers like me thinking it's the real page and it's not. But I ain't gonna lie. When I saw that, my first thought said, "This, this is crazy," but it's something I expected. It's something I expected because I mean it's Jerry Jones. He's not gonna really just bend down and pay you. Like we kind of know that already, so that wasn't really the surprise.
Hmm.
But it looked crazy because it's like out of all the players you do want to keep, you definitely want to keep Micah Parsons. That's the one player where you would be like, okay, he might just say, you know what, I don't even want no controversy, no issues with this. We just gonna get this out the way, give him his money, and just let this go over. Which I still think they're gonna do, like you said. I would be very surprised if they trade him. Why would you trade him? Because you're not gonna get equal value for whatever you trade him for, because he already announced he doesn't want to be there. So no matter what trade package you get, it's not going to be as great as you would want it to be because they already know he wants to leave.
It won't be. It won't
So
be either way. Even if he didn't want to leave and they traded him, Michael Parsons is almost irreplaceable.
yeah, so you better off, even though I don't think they would ever do that either, but you'd be better off letting them walk because you still going to be in poverty regardless. You're not going to get equal value for him. Yeah, you're going to get some picks, but it's like that's a once in a 10 years type of player. You're not getting that type of player again in like another 10 years. They don't just make those and duplicate those type of players often. So I don't think they're gonna trade him. I doubt they trade him. If they do trade him, that would be the stupidest thing ever because you already see, like you mentioned, the likes of Miles Garrett requested a trade from the poverty Browns and they didn't even trade him. So why would the Cowboys trade Micah Parsons? We got to use our head here. They're not. I don't think they're going to do that. But I think is I think is a thing of Michael Parsons. I don't expect him to play this season because why would you? You already saw what happened to Dak. Why would you even think about playing this season?
Well,
You let
the difference between Dak and Micah is that Micah's still on his last year of his rookie contract, and
mm,
then they Micah. I, I don't understand why. Well, I do understand why Micah did it, but it was kind of pointless at the same time because they own his they own him for the next 3 years. Like they can if this is all like real tension and real beef. Let's just say Jerry Jones says, "Nah, we're not paying you right now. Like you're gonna have to just
mm.
wait." He has this rookie year left. Then they can franchise tag him 2 more years.
You know what's so crazy? Jerry Jones would be the type of person to do that too.
Yeah, that's what
Just
I'm
to get,
saying.
he would really franchise tag you.
That's
He
what.
will really franchise tag you for literally back to back years, and you have to play, right? You can't sit out for multiple years.
Nah,
If
you don't have to play, but you get fined like crazy amount of like. Oh, that's another point too. I wanted to make. Michael Parsons. Usually, when people request trades, like Terry McLaurin, for example, and some other people, they sit out of even OTAs. Michael Parsons is still practicing with the Cowboys, so he's gonna play during the season.
mm, yeah, so basically, this is just fluff in the water. What you think? I kind of think that too. But I did see that. I was like, man, this is crazy, bro. But at the same time, I'm thinking realistic. They're not gonna do that. Now, I would
Uh,
love.
if you get
I would
franchise tag,
love.
my fault, and I was responding to Dez. If you get franchise
Oh yeah.
tag, this I think it's like the average of your position, like the average salary or whatever. I think I could be wrong, but I think it's that. Like quarterbacks get like if they get franchise tagged, it's up there like 30, 40 million, I think. So, I mean, that's another thing though. Like Jerry Jones is playing this game for publicity, but it's costing him a lot of money in the end. Like, like he could have paid Micah 30 million earlier this year. Now it's about to go up to 40s, 50s, all because he want to wait until he's requesting trades and stuff.
Yeah, and especially too because when I look at it, remember the Steelers kind of put y'all in a situation where Micah, you have to pay him because they just paid TJ Watt all that money. He literally reset the market. So Micah Parsons can't get anything even remotely below that. He can't even get the same amount. He has to get more. I mean, that's just the nature of it
Mm-hmm.
because he's way younger than TJ Watt. He's in a situation where usually your first contract you want to get him where it's at. I'm not taking no pay cuts for you. I'm getting the max I can get. This is my first real contract other than my rookie one. I'm going to hit you where it hurts. I'm not taking anything less.
And that's
You
the
saw what they
thing.
gave TJ Watt, but I want a million more than that.
That's
Like
the
at
thing,
least.
bro. Micah came to them with his agent before anybody else even got contracts at his position.
Mhm.
So they could have just been like, "Hey, we're gonna pay you this amount, and if TJ gets more than you, if Miles gets more than you, whoever, that's just what it is. But we got you at this price right now. Why wait for the price to go up? That's like you.
Yep.
That's like you going to the car dealership. You got the money for the car, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna wait. Then you come back a week later. Somebody else walks in the dealership at the same time as you, offers the dealer more money. Now you stuck because you can't get the car that you want, or you gotta up the price for the car to outbid the other guy. When you could have got the car at 30,000,
Yep.
now you gotta spend 50,000.
That's how it be, bro.
I don't
That's how
and
it be. But
I
yeah.
don't know why Jerry Jones, because it hurts the salary cap in the long run. It like
Now, now a thing with because that's the thing about where your position is at right now. Do you guys still have to sign the likes of George Pickens and thing? If George Pickens, like, let's say George Pickens just balls out this season, right? You
mm-hmm.
guys can't physically sign George Pickens to a great contract. We're talking like wide receiver two money. I don't think George Pickens will demand CD Lamb type of money,
Oh, never.
but he's gonna get like probably like T Higgins type of money that he's gonna try to get at least, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's just say he balls out for the sake of the season. He goes crazy. Wide receiver two, CD Lamb is getting him all the separation, making him look just really good, more better than he's ever looked, right? And he just goes off. You guys are even more pinned because now you have to make your decision. Now, it's no way I'm taking George Pickens over Micah Parsons, not any day of the week. But like it makes it more harder because it's like now it's like, dang, instead of us maybe even having a chance to retain these two players, now I got to pick and choose. Like, who am I going to do for the long term? Am I going to do my wide receiver two? Who I feel like, do I feel like my wide receiver two is going to take me to the promised land? Or am I going to do my generational talent on the defensive end that I feel like I need because you don't come across those for us to get to the promised land? Is it you just pin yourself in a more harder position. That's the one thing I don't understand about some of the owners. It doesn't make sense. Like when you have these guys, just pay them. It's not like y'all rich. Y'all ain't fighting over crumbs. That don't make no sense to me. I don't know. That's my gripe. That's my biggest gripe with not even just NFL owners, NBA ones too.
Yeah, I don't that. I see what you're saying. That is a really good question though. Like, depending on how good the offense looks, and let's say for the sake of argument, they don't get a deal done with Micah, you gotta actually like you might have to consider trading them just for the simple fact that you just had another number one offense with picking CD and Dak. I mean, we can go trade Micah for some picks and maybe a corner or another D lineman or edge rusher, and then try to get another edge rusher in the draft. Because hey, if the offense looks as good as I think it's gonna look, we have to keep George Pickens. We have to.
Yeah, he's on the last year of his contract. Do you really want to have it where you traded for a guy and then you just let him walk? Like I don't know if I would want to do that. Now I understand George Pickens is a risk. He was a risk, right? Because we know his issues not really off the field, it's more so on the field. He's just a hot guy. You know what I'm saying? He's one of those hot guys. If he ain't getting the ball his way, you're gonna hear from him. But that's understandable. I can't be mad at a player like that. I can't be mad at a player for doing that. That's what they're there for.
That's
But
understandable though in Pittsburgh
mhm,
because he was the best receiver. He's not the best
yeah,
receiver now,
right.
which it should make it
Clearly,
easier for him. But at the same time, if CD Lamb's getting 20 targets and you're getting what eight or nine targets this game, that's gonna have to be fine because CD Lamb's the top three receiver,
oh yeah, he bet not complain. Oh, if he complains about that, he got to get his foot out the door.
and that's what I'm
This
saying.
ain't this ain't your team at this case. This is a totally different case. Actually, they really saved him. I thought they was going to send him to die. I thought they was going to send him to the Jaguars or something and let him die. He actually in a great place.
Now
So
this is
it's
gonna be a fun offensive season.
mhm.
Defense is what
But
I'm
I
worried
really,
about.
yeah, I look at that. That's what I look at with y'all. That's really what
TP can do what
you
he
don't
wants.
want to lose. You don't want to lose your corner piece on a defensive end. You lose your corner piece on a defensive end, you're cooked for years. Unless you just really draft good and find that next guy, but it ain't no guarantee.
I mean, we'd have to have another bad season because like we were what 11. We picked Micah Parsons at 11,
Yeah,
so that
and
means
y'all
we're gonna
saw
have to miss the playoffs again
y'all saw, y'all was supposed to tank. Y'all act like y'all ain't want to tank this last season.
because we couldn't tank for the simple fact that we were supposed to make the playoffs last year. We just got hit with the
Hmm.
injury. We got hit bad with the injury bug. Like Diggs was hurt. Micah Parsons even got hurt. Dak got hurt. CD Lamb got hurt. Zach Martin got hurt. Like it was bad last year. But it was good to show some heart last year. I wasn't. Of course, you want that better pick, like as a fan, like looking in the long run. But to see like people like Cooper Rush, CD Lamb playing through injuries, Rico Dowell showing some heart, offensive line showing heart, even Micah Parsons when he came back from injury, like the desire to win, you could see it was there. And
Yeah,
sometimes that's all you really need to see that to have a little bit of faith for the next season.